alive. I made it through a day yesterday and I almost died. Taking Erin, my wife, and niece fishing.
Yep.
We ate our dinner. You caught the dinner. We cleaned the dinner. Well, the guy cleaned it. We took the dinner home and we cooked it and ate it. It was delicious. That was a good experience. Catching your own dinner. We must have saved about $40 in fish. Pretty good.
Yeah. You caught what? 7 fish?
7
They're
snappers.
pretty good size. Mango snappers.
It didn't taste like mango. So, today, here we are on a Sunday for everybody who has want to get ahead. Sunday's the day to prepare. Prepare your brain for the week. And, you know, this guy called me a fat, greedy bastard the other day. You know why? Because we both were trying to buy the same property. He did not have his financing lined up. And he could not get the deal because he could not waive his contingency on financing. If you ain't got the money, stay away from the honey. So I did. So I got the deal. I released my financial contingency. That gives you an edge on everybody else. When you got your money ready, you can do the deal. Okay? Otherwise, you're just a looker. What do you call a spectator? Don't be a spectator. Be a dictator when it comes to buying real estate. Just don't be a, you know. Anyway, here we go. The other day, why did Brooklyn Crazy Mike waste my time looking at this condo? He doesn't get it. How he gets mixed up in these things, I don't know. But he doesn't get it. And I'm sorry. If anybody's out there and you got a project to work on, you know, if you half-ass work on it and you don't really put your effort into it, it ain't going to move. I need things to move. I need action. We get over there. He's got 2 guys there thinking that they're protecting themselves by sitting around drinking Coronas and they're not going to get the coronavirus. And they ain't doing shit. The place is a wreck. There's no way the Pollock sales guy can't come in and take pictures. He can't market it. And then, you know, he's doing slow-ass work there. You know, listen, whether you spend the money now or spend it over a little bit of time, it comes out to be the same money, except the quicker you get it done, the quicker you can sell it, the quicker you make your money. He's losing money every day. He's got money tied up in that condo. You got taxes, you got insurance, you got association fees. I don't get it, but he'll sit around and want to go smoke cigars like a big shot, you know, and eat dinner out, and meanwhile, there's nobody working on the condo. So I don't know what to tell him. Why you got tied up in something? If you're going to get tied up in a project, you got to live that project. Everything else needs to take a back seat, okay? Get your work done. Get your project done. Move on to the next deal, and that's the way it works. Get the idiot on the phone. Can you get the idiot on the phone? Because I'm tired of him calling me and bugging me. I don't mind helping people that want to help themselves. But, you know, dinglings that don't listen. Hello? Is this Brooklyn Crazy Mike, you toothless bastard?
Ben. What's happening?
Listen, stop wasting my time with these condos and all this crap. You know, you got all that money tied up in that condo. You got 2 guys over there sitting there getting drunk every day on Coronas, and you ain't getting shit done. All right, that's not how you do real estate.
Today. I'm going over there to check on the guys. I got them working on a Sunday.
Nobody's working on a Sunday, please.
Yeah.
And you ain't working. You don't work Monday through Sunday. When are you going to get off your ass? You think you just buy a condo and you just, you know, get this shit done. Get in there. Make a list what the place needs. Go to friggin' Home Depot. Buy the shit you need. Stock the place with all the materials. Go get a bunch of guys and get busy, baby. You can't take pictures of it.
We gotta do
I'm not going near that place until I got to make you. I'd rather punch you than punch a list. You know, because holy shit, get in there and get busy. You're wasting your time, your money. You got money tied up in that thing. The realtor can't take pictures. He calls me up. Why you waste my time? I can't get in there. I can't take pictures. I can't put it on the market. I can't do a flyer. I can't do showings. Man, you
I gotta get the Polish guy.
You wasted 3 months already on that friggin' condo, and you ain't done shit. Come on.
Get it done. Don't worry.
Get in there. Make a fucking punch list. Stop worrying about where the fuck you're going to eat dinner at. and go make a punch list. Get the people. Get the job done. All right. You really think you're gonna sell that place for how much?
I gotta get $850 out of it.
You ain't getting no $850. That piece of shit. You can't even climb to the second bedroom. You got to go up a fucking crazy staircase. That's like you see at an amusement park.
1980s.
You better go through that place. You better do an inspection. You better figure out everything needs to be done there. Maybe if you're lucky, you'll get 800. I don't know, because it's 2 doors down from my house. Maybe. The only thing you got going for it is location.
Well,
Shit.
We'll see. Keep
and
my
whatever you do,
crossed,
you better not ever move in there. I don't want your ass. You're not allowed in my neighborhood.
Come on.
You can't get in my
property
neighborhood.
Value goes up.
I don't know how you got away with buying something in my neighborhood. I thought you had to go through some kind of criminal background check. You better get in there and get that shit done. Stop wasting my time, the realtor's time, and everybody's time. You have to work. You know, it's called sweat equity, and you ain't sweated one bead of sweat yet.
That's it. Well, listen, I'll let you run. I was a little sorry I couldn't make out to the podcast.
Yeah, run, Forrest. Run, Forrest.
I'm going to go check on the guys.
Yeah. You better go find a dentist that's open on Sunday.
Dinner later.
Go find a good dentist and make him rich. All right, go to hell. Goodbye. Go work on your condo and leave me alone. Did you sell your friggin' Jeep you bought? Goes out and buys a friggin' old stupid Jeep. Defender.
Offender.
Yeah.
Sold.
More like offender. That's what you are. All right. Adios, amigo. All right. Pain in my ass. That's why I don't pay to help friends. Because friends, they don't want to hear it. They don't want to just realize. All right. What do we got? Let's try to help somebody that wants help today. And let me tell you something. If somebody calls me greedy, that's a fucking compliment. All right? Because greed is good if you ain't hurting nobody and you ain't bothering nobody. You got to be greedy. Greedy is no different than ambition. Okay? You got to be greedy to get needy. You can be needy, get greedy. So get out there and find the money and find the deal. Okay? I'm tired of telling everybody already. I even sent out that HUD.gov. There's all kinds of agencies you go to, got properties for sale. Banks waiting alone. I'm telling you now. I'm serious. Hello, hi, it's Ben. How are you? How can we help you today?
Hey, how's it going, Ben? A couple quick questions. Firstly, so what do you do in situations where you find a property that fits your portfolio and what you're looking for, but the seller of it is just asking outrageous numbers and not really willing to budge? Do you just pass? Do you walk, or do you try to get better terms? How do you deal with those situations?
The problem is everybody thinks what they got is worth gold. They don't want to come down to reality. Sometimes you got to let it sit on the market. You got to let them see that you're not getting the price you're going to get, but you stay in the background and you keep throwing them offers. And you write them LOIs, you make them offers, say, listen, this is a good deal right here. Guaranteed deal. I'm going to close the deal. There's not much you can do when people are stuck. And I've seen a lot of people hold out for a big price and never sell, and then they sit around looking like idiots because they're not really sellers. But the market's coming down, I'm telling you now. This week alone, I've been seeing a reduction in our area of about 10% in property values. The units that I was trying to buy that everybody wanted $100,000 a door, they're about down to 90, and I see some going down in the 80s. So the market's definitely going down, even though interest rates are really low. But you got to keep, are you using an agent with this guy, or is there an agent in between you, or is it just you and him?
Usually an agent. A lot of the seller. I'm also in South Florida, so a lot of the people, a lot of the sellers, a lot of them are overseas, so they just hire the realtor that they used to buy the place or somebody that they've hired, and that's kind of the middleman. And it's pretty frustrating too because with that gatekeeper there is the realtor. The realtor doesn't go back and convey every offer because sometimes sometimes the seller just says, listen, anything under X price, don't even approach me with it. So I can't even communicate directly with the seller, which is a pain in the ass.
Well, you got to try to win over the realtor. That's what I do. I try to win over the realtor. I say, listen, I go meet with him. I maybe have lunch with him if I really like the deal, or visit him in his office, ask him when he's got time, or phone call. Say, listen, I really want to buy this property. He's not getting paid until he sells that property anyway, so he's going to want to try to work with you. And do you have an agent representing you, or are you dealing directly with the seller's agent?
No, I have an agent.
That's the problem, too. Now, a lot of times there's room in a deal if you deal directly with the listing agent, because the listing agent he'll tell the seller, well, listen, I'll tell you what, you do this deal, I'll give up half my commission since the guy ain't got an agent representing him. That flows money into the deal. He lowers his commission to the seller. That helps the deal. Plus, or he's going to double end the deal and make more money, and then he wants to work with you. Do you have any financing contingencies on your offers?
No, not really. All of our offers are cash.
Well, cash offers should really help a lot. No contingencies. Do a short due diligence if you can. Make sure you give yourself enough time to do due diligence, but do a short due diligence. That helps too. But hey, this guy's going to hurry up, come in here, put some hard money down, close the deal, we're done. Quick deals.
That's another thing that I was going to ask you about, Ben. I heard on one of your other videos that on your website you guys were going to post like an example list of due diligence, and I actually went on the website looking for that because I could really use a tool.
We're running on Polish time. That's the problem. I've been telling the Polish producer to do it. He's going to do it today. Will you do it today?
Yeah.
All right, but all the due diligence stuff is like it's. I mean, you know what to look for too. You got to physically inspect the place. Are you talking about a multifamily property with leases?
We're really looking for both. We're looking for multifamily, but we're not opposed to single family as well.
All right. Well, the thing is, the due diligence is important, and we'll get you that list. But getting tied up is most important because you're not going to do your due diligence till you try to deal up at the price you want. So you got to try to win. You got to try to start maybe working with the listing brokers, and maybe if your broker can't make it happen, I mean that's life. What are you going to do? You can't make the deal happen. You need to try to maybe go to listing broker and say, hey, listen, I really want to buy this deal. What can we do? All right, come on. Can we? Is it going to help if you represent me? Is it going to help if I do some short due diligence? Well, let's find out what their rock bottom number is. But the problem is when you're dealing with foreigners, they act a lot different than Americans. They're stubborn. That's why their countries run the way they are because they're stubborn. They don't know how to just make deals and move on.
The second question I have. So I know that basically what you do is, and you've advised us on your channel as well. So you basically borrow money for a down payment. You use the down payment to get other financing for a property, and then after that you refinance, get a higher valuation, and then pull the money out of your down payment, which effectively means that none of your money is tied in the deal, yet you still own the deal. My question is what's your strategy? How do you go about actually doing those refinances? Like, how do you approach the bank? Are they ever hesitant? What's that process like? Because I haven't done that yet, and I want to try it.
Well, you buy a deal, but you got to buy it at a good price where there's some room to do something to make it worth more money. You buy the deal, whether you come up with a pocket with the down payment, it doesn't matter. The point is you got to buy something and make it worth more money, and then, give it about, some banks require seasoning, some don't, but typically what we do is we get in there, we buy an apartment building, we'll go in there, we'll fix it up, we'll spruce it up, we'll try to raise rents where we can, we'll try to cut expenses where we can. It's all about the NOI. We get that property, we're making more money, it's worth more money. And about a year later, we go out, we get it appraised, we tell the bank, here we go. We bought the property, we did this, that, and this, we spent all this money on it. Now we raise the rents, we cut the expenses, and it's making more money. It's worth a lot more. They send the appraiser out. The appraiser gives it a higher valuation, and then we borrow, loan to value. We borrow whatever the bank's willing to loan us on it. And then normally...
So they basically adjust the loan to value after they've already
just do a new loan. It doesn't matter. The point is that the property's worth more money now. So if the property's worth more money, you can borrow more money against it because the bank is in that safety zone. The banks want to see a 20% safety zone, okay, at least. So, if you go out and you take a property that was worth, you bought it for $1 million, but now it's worth $1.5 million. At first, they would only loan you $800,000, but now it's worth $1.5 million. They're going to loan you about $1.2 million. So there's the $400,000 that you put down on it and fixed it up and all that. You get that money back. Now you still own the property and you have a cash flow, and there you go. You got no money invested, and all your money is 100%, no investment. It's the best return in the world is when you have no money invested in a property and you're getting cash flow from it. And that's the strategy you should try to. That's the whole basis of multifamily.
Yep, got it.
But you got to create the value. You got to sweat. You got to do something. You know, we do all
Yeah,
kinds of
absolutely.
shit. Whether it's like the other day, we went in, we bought an apartment complex, and they were running too rich. We had to chop off the manager, you know, and say, listen, sorry, lady, we can't afford no big shot manager here. The poor lady, it was like the second or third time we've done that to her. She keeps going to the buildings that we keep buying. So we told her, we're sorry, we can't hire a big shot manager here. The assistant manager's qualified. We've got help. We give her resources to help her. So, you know, we chop off a lady that's making 50 grand a year. We take the lady that's making 30 grand a year. We pay her 35 grand a year. We give her help. We give her training. And we cut the expenses. We just cut 50 grand a year out of the place. I mean, you know, we plant palm trees. It costs $100 at Home Depot. We do all kinds of stuff to create value. You know, we look through all our expenses. Can we save money on the phone bill? Can we save money on any expense we got? We look at and see if there's a way to trim that fat. You know, so that's what you got to do. And then you go back and you get it. The property's worth more money, and we put money in our pocket. And we all live happily ever after. Hey, you have a great day, and good luck to you. Use the listing broker.
Ben,
Try that. It might work.
Ben, thank you so much, man. The content is incredible. Please keep it coming. It's a huge help. Thanks a lot.
Where
man.
you
Have a
at?
great
Where
day.
you at in South Florida?
I'm in like a little south of Fort Lauderdale.
All right. Well, you know, if you know anybody
Very
needs a
close area.
hotel stay, please stay at the Sheridan Suites on Cypress Creek Boulevard.
Ben, I will stay at your properties every chance I get.
All right.
I
If you're in
promise
Fort
you that.
Lauderdale, you need a hotel room, stay at the Sheridan Suites. Talk to my son Vincent over there.
Right on, man. Thank you so much.
But
Please
we
keep
don't do
content
the
coming.
hourly
Have a
rate
great one.
anymore. You got to rent it for the whole day. We can't do the hourly rates anymore. That was the old owner.
All right.
All right,
No
good
problem,
luck
Ben.
to you.
Thanks,
Take
man. Have a
care.
good one.
Bye-bye. All right, very good. Hey, you got to do whatever it takes to make the deal. If you got to go kiss the damn ass of the listing agent, then that's what you got to do. You know, whatever gets you in the door, baby, get you in the door. What the hell is Erin going to do is a question. I got to wait 4 more years for you to graduate high school before you ever start doing some real work?
4 more years.
4 more years, sound like Trump. 4 more years. I got to put up with Erin and Trump for 4 more years. Oh, boy.
Tell people how they
All
can
right, what do
call.
we got? Who do we got?
Tell them about the website.
All
The
right,
website.
go to benmallah.com and then click on the Ask Ben tab. Then put in your information, question, phone
And
number.
we'll give you a ring. As long as there's no long distance charges. All right, who do you got? It's ringing. It's ringing. I can barely hear the ring. It's a weak ring. You must have Metro PCS.
Hello.
Hey, it's Ben. How are you today? How can we help you?
Hey, how's it going, Ben?
Pretty good, pretty good. What's up? What are you up to?
Well, just calling, to figure out if Florida is a good time to invest right now.
I mean, it's a good time for people to be stacking their money and getting their hands on every money dime they can because the market's getting ready to turn. I mean, I love Florida. You're going to find deals anywhere you go, I guess. But, Florida's really good because of the weather, and people are always coming in to retire, and then they die, and then new people come, and it's like a rotating,
Right.
it's like a revolving door here in Florida. But,
Right.
right now, market's coming down, all right? I'm already seeing it. Prices are coming down. Things are getting realistic. And, but you got to do your homework first. Where do you live now?
Right now I'm actually in Canada.
Canada.
Yeah.
I mean, Canada's a
Because
tough
the market
town.
here
Yeah.
is really expensive, man. It's like
Yeah.
impossible right now. So.
I know, it's tough in those countries. But, you should definitely maybe take a visit. Get on a
Yeah.
plane and come to Florida. I recommend, South Florida's too expensive. It's like the price of Canada. But if you go in the middle of here in
Right.
Florida, mid-Florida, or down around the Gulf of Mexico, or if you go north on the Atlantic
Yeah.
Ocean,
Yeah, I was looking
the,
in.
the further you go
I was looking
north,
in
the cheaper it
Sarasota,
gets.
actually.
You know what's booming right now is where the rocket ship is. Anything around the what area is that?
That's what is it? It's
That's a shame.
Boca Chica.
What? It's where the rockets shoot off at. You don't even know what a rocket. You've been there. You should be ashamed.
Kennedy
of yourself.
Space Center,
Kennedy
but I don't
Space
know.
Center. Yeah.
the
Look
actual
around the
town.
Space
Okay.
Center area. That area is really booming right now with a lot of good money coming in there. And, take a
Alright.
vacation. Take a vacation and check out real estate while you're here. But do your homework first. Try to go online and look for
Alright.
stuff that might suit your needs. All right?
Yeah. All right. Thanks a lot.
And
Ben.
if you come to
Appreciate it.
Tampa, make sure you stay in one of my hotels. Either
All
stay
right,
at the
man.
Ramada or West Shore, the Holiday Inn on West Shore or the Sheridan Suites on Cypress there in Tampa. We got shuttles to the airport.
All right, man. Thanks
All
a
right,
lot.
take care. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
What do we got? Man, Canadians
I
got it
remember
rough.
I took one of my field trips to Nassau was overnight, and we got to sleep under the rocket. We got to meet all those people. It was fun. It was cool.
You slept in a rocket?
Under it,
Under a
like
rocket.
under it was like hanging.
Hanging rocket. Very good. Hello, it's Ben. How can we help you?
Hey, how's it going, Ben?
Pretty good. What can we do for you?
Well, I kind of got a problem here. I was going for a loan for, equity loan, and what happened is that when I got there, they were telling me about delinquent on my bank account, pretty much saying that I owed money that I didn't know of. And what happened is that I found out that when I sold my house and I closed my account on my insurance, that they said that I owed money after telling me that I didn't owe money. So pretty much what happened now is that they're not giving me a loan.
All right, let's get down to details. Who claims that you owe them money? Who? Let's get them in this
The
office
insurance
right now.
The insurance company that I already closed the account with.
All right. So you need to get something from that insurance company. I mean, I don't care. You can tell us the name, or how do you reach this insurance company? They have an office.
Look, it's intact, and I called them. I sent them like all kinds of emails, and then because they work through brokers, they're like,
Who is the
saying,
broker?
Your broker should have messaged you. I'm like, well, nobody
is the
sent me any
broker?
emails. Nobody called me.
Who is the broker?
I
mean, it's a guy you know, right? Do you know the broker?
No.
Do you have access to the broker?
Yeah.
That broker that sold you that, what kind of, was it property insurance? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, it was property insurance. Yeah.
So I don't understand. It was supposed to be canceled and it wasn't, or what happened?
Well, no, because I sold I used to own a church, and I sold the church, and I canceled the insurance on that, and I had at the same time they made me get insurance for where I was renting, so I closed all that all at the same time, and I was done with them. I was going on to the next property, so I was just gonna have property insurance in that. And then,
You got any proof in writing that you canceled that insurance? Did you
Yeah,
get
they
anything?
sent me the day they said I canceled it. They sent me a cancellation email.
Do you have it?
Yeah, it's in my email.
Okay. And they're trying to charge you beyond that cancellation period? Is that what they're trying to do?
Yeah, I even paid it. I didn't even care. I'm like $150, whatever it is, what it is. I'm like, just send me a letter saying that you sent what happened is that when all that went down, I moved to New Brunswick, and because I have properties down there, and I was all through the last 8 months, I stayed down there fixing my properties, and then when I came back, then I was looking in Montreal to buy a property down here, and I was like, okay, this is the property I want. So I started looking into what I have to do at the bank, and I got all the financing.
Do you have
together.
You have a closing statement when you sold the church and canceled the insurance? You have a closing statement when you sold it, right?
Yeah, saying that everything's closed.
Yeah, like when the escrow, when you sold the church, right?
Yeah, I sold it.
Okay.
And
You sold the
I went
church,
to
and
the
it went
notary
through.
and
It went through
just signed it
escrow,
over.
and you have something showing the date that you sold it, right?
Yeah,
A
exactly.
closing agreement, a deed, something.
Yeah.
You need to take a copy of that closing, and you need to take that email when you canceled the insurance, and you need to get that broker to either get that insurance company to reverse these charges against you. Are they on your credit report?
Yeah, that's the whole
You
thing.
need to get
because now,
them-
my credit's
listen,
shit because
well,
of this. I never had
listen,
nothing on my credit, and
you
now I
need
have
to-
a $150 thing for 8 months.
All right, well, I'm going to tell you what you need to do. You need to get that proof. You need proof. People like to see proof. You need proof that you sold that property on that day. You need proof that you canceled the insurance. And you need to go give the broker a chance to try to work it out for you. But also, there's an agency for what state are we talking about?
It's in Canada, Quebec.
I don't know how Canada works, but in this state here, if you got a problem with an insurance company, you can go to a certain department of the government and a state that governs insurance, and you can make a complaint to them, and they'll contact the insurance company and say, hey, you're screwing this guy over. You need to fix this problem here. I mean,
Yes, because nobody's taking responsibility. Like, I understand, like,
but
the
the
mail
insurance
didn't get
company
to
can
me,
easily
whatever,
reverse
but
it.
they could have picked up the phone or sent me an email. Like, since 2016, it was always through email. And then when this $150 thing goes through, now it's like 8 months later, I only found out because I was going for a loan, you know?
Listen, is there an agency that the state that you live in, or the area you live in, or the country even, that governs that they govern the insurance business? So if there's a problem, you can go to somebody and say, "Hey, this insurance company's screwing me over." Do you have that in Canada? Like
Not
we
that
here,
I
we
know
have the
of.
Department of Insurance and Business Professional Code and all this stuff. You know, do you have that agencies in Canada that will
I'm
go
gonna
to
have
these
to look
companies?
into it.
You need to look into that, because here in the United States, if an insurance company screws me over and the broker ain't fixing the problem and the insurance company ain't fixing the problem, I'm going to the goddamn government that controls the insurance business here, okay,
Yeah.
and make a complaint with them and say, listen, these guys are screwing my life up, you know, and then let me tell you, then they jump. As soon as you get the government involved, then they jump. So I would look into that, okay? All right.
I
And
appreciate
then
that,
another
man.
thing is, how much you talking about? How much money you talking about, yo?
Okay, it was nothing. It was 150
How
bucks.
much is
like,
on
and
your
it-
credit report that's screwing you up? What's the dollar amount?
For you mean like how much I'm trying to buy for?
No, how much is on your credit report that they're trying to claim you owe?
100. It was $150.
$150 does not hold up a loan, okay? That doesn't happen. You can
No,
go
but
to,
it's because it was delinquent for like it says for like 9 months.
listen, you tell the bank, go back to the bank or find another bank, say, listen, this insurance company didn't cancel my insurance and they're supposed to. This is you write up a statement to the bank all the time when underwriters look at loans and they see a problem with a credit report. If you sit down and write the explanation and give them the documentation proving that you did not owe that money, then the bank's going to say, okay, we'll waive it, or, you keep working on it or whatever. It doesn't hold up a fucking loan, please. You need to go to another bank or find somebody that's willing to help you more, maybe a mortgage broker, or go
It
to
was
another
more of a
bank.
little
But
bank.
you need to sit down and write up a document of exactly what happened and what the situation is. I sold the property on X amount of date. I canceled the insurance on the same date. Here's the proof. See Exhibit A. See Exhibit B. All right?
Yeah.
This company
Okay.
did not cancel my insurance. They continued to charge me, and now they screwed up my credit report. And you need to write a statement up, attach the documentation to it, give it to the bank. Hopefully they'll say, okay, no problem. And then you still need to get it up your credit report. Whether it means you have to go to a credit report agency to handle it, you can hire people. There's companies, that you can hire to get things taken care of too, I heard. But, see if there's an agency out there that Canada has that can help you also. All right?
All right,
All
sounds
right.
good.
Take
I
care. Have a great
appreciate
day.
it. Thank you very
Thanks.
much, Ben.
Good luck.
Take care.
All right. A lot of people in Canada, man. Canada's expensive. Very expensive. But nice place. At least it was nice when I was there. Everybody was very nice. And you know what's great about that trip I paid to Canada? No kids. Well, I took you to Niagara Falls once, didn't
Yeah.
Ben, you have a caller?
I? All right. Hi, it's Ben. How are you today? How can we help you?
Hey, Ben, this is Mark from Austin, Texas. How you doing?
Pretty good, Mark from Austin, Texas. How are you?
Good, good. I just had a quick question, man. So I've been building my equity portfolio up so I can get into real estate. But I was going to ask you, do you own any stocks? And if you do, what do you own? What do you own over the long haul?
You said stocks?
Yeah, stocks.
I don't really play with stocks. I'm at the point now where I have a money manager that I trust that has a good history. I let him invest a little in stocks. I think he's big on energy and stuff. But, I pretty much stick to, I invest in like tax-free muni bonds. They don't make you a lot of money, but they're safe. They're tax-free. I invest in preferreds with banks and big companies that I know are strong and they pay a good dividend. I'm not looking for the stock market because, I'm in real estate and, but I do have a professional that I let him trade in stocks. I mean, I did buy Uber. Let me tell you the Uber story. I went and bought Uber because I really liked it. I like so many friends use it, and there's so many less drunk drivers out there now, and I think Uber's great. But what happened? I bought it. It was my pick, and the thing went down. But luckily, I waited it out. It came back. I got my money back. I even made $30,000 on it. So, but I don't,
Yeah.
stocks are tricky. You got to be careful. I mean, look at that damn Tesla's gone nuts. One day, it's worth 300 and 500 and 700 and 1,000. Now it's back to 7. It's a very dangerous game. It's the highest form of gambling there is. So, you really, if you're going to invest in stocks, you need to find somebody you can trust that has a history and knows what they're doing. And, but I would stick to, safe stuff, if you want to put a nest egg together.
And then I have one more question. So I live down here in Austin, Texas, and I was going to put a down payment on a home here in the range of $250 to $300. But I noticed everything in Austin has been booming lately, like where it's been going up like 20% a year in terms of the principal of the home. Would you wait to do it, or would you jump in now?
I mean, it's always a good time to jump in. I mean, what are you buying a home for? To flip it?
I'm honestly buying it. So I'm paying rent right now in an apartment. I wanted to buy it and then rent out 2 rooms I have 2 friends that would live with me.
Yeah.
And so I was wanting them to cover the mortgage and then me live there for free.
Good idea. Listen.
Yeah.
If you feel like you're buying it and you're not overpaying for the house, you don't want to overpay. If you're buying it and you do your homework and make sure that you're not buying the most expensive house around, or if you're getting a good deal on it, and if your friends can rent some rooms out and pay most of the mortgage and the taxes and insurance and all that shit, then it's a great start, because at least then you're eliminating. How much you're paying in rent right now?
$1,400.
$1,400. So shit, if you can set that deal up and save $1,400 a month, that's like making money. That's $20,000 a year in your pocket you didn't have. But you don't want to try to look for like a triplex or a fourplex, nothing like that, huh?
I would if it was in my price range, but in Austin right now, those are like 600 plus.
All right, well, then go for it. Buy the house, rent the rooms out, and and if that's what works for you, then make it work. Make it work. Do it, but just make sure you're not buying the most expensive house, or make sure that there's houses that they're out there that are per square foot more than the one you're buying. You know what I mean?
So buy the one with. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Buy the house with the biggest square footage at the cheapest price per square foot. Okay? Especially if you want to rent rooms out to people. You want as much space as possible. But, go for it. If it's going to save you $1,400 a month, hell yeah. Do it tomorrow.
I see.
All right?
All right. And thank you so much, Ben. Hey, I love the show, and it's awesome that you called. Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it. Take care.
Yes, sir. Bye-bye.
These guys save $1,400 a month. Because he's going to buy a house for about $250, I think he said. All right, and his mortgage, his taxes, his expenses, all that shit's going to be about $1,400 a month. But he's probably going to rent out each room for $700 a month. So his 2 roommates pay the $700 a month. That's his $1,400 a month. That pays for most of the expenses on the house. He lives rent free. He saves $1,400 a month. Hello. Hey, how are you? It's Ben. How can we help you?
Hey, Ben. My name is Ali. I'm calling from Dallas, Texas. And my question is that my parents are helping me get started in my real estate business. So I've been working for the last couple of years, about 3-4 years, and I saved up about $50,000. And they also have $100,000 to put in with me into my real estate business. So if you were 22 years old and you had an access to $150,000, like where would you get started?
I mean, I would try, if you have the ability, I would try to go out and maximize that $150,000. That $150,000 is going to help you borrow about $800,000. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So I would try to go out there and look for everything that produces an income from anywhere from a couple of $100,000 to $800,000. How far are you from Garland, Texas?
I live in Dallas. I'm about 5 to 7 minutes from Garland, Texas.
All right. Well, I've been to Garland. I haven't been there in a long time. But, you got to go somewhere where you can find a deal and find some income property, You got to find out where, and then sit down and look at the numbers. If you can buy 10 units at $800,000, fine. See how much that 10 units is going to make every month and look at the expenses and see what kind of cash flow you get out of it. But, me, myself, I always try to, you could, and if you find small deals, it's okay. If you can find yourself, instead of a 10-unit building, maybe you find 5 duplexes or four fourplexes. anything you could find that's going to make you money, you should do. And then you got 20% to put down, so you can spread that 150 grand out into a bunch of little deals, or you can buy one big deal if you find it. Look at everything. Turn
Yeah,
up every
well,
rock there is.
Yeah, this was my plan, Ben. What I wanted to do was that I wanted to use that 150 cash to buy houses, with the cash, and I was gonna flip houses for about 2 to 3 years. Then I wanted to save up some money to use as a down payment to buy a hotel in Texas. Something that I would have to put $500,000 to $600,000 down.
Well, right
for.
now you got to figure out what's your first step going to be. You know, you're not going to put that whole 150 down on one house. I wouldn't recommend that. You could buy more than one house, but if you want to start with one house, you got to get. Did you get a loan from a bank? Did you get pre-approved from a bank yet?
Did I? No, I did not.
All right, you need to seriously. You don't want to. You want that 150 grand to be your war chest, okay? And your parents may have to co-sign for you, But whatever it takes, you got to get into a bank and see how much money you got to work with. Find out how much money the bank's going to loan you. You sit down, you show them everything you got. Do you work?
Yes, I work.
All right, you sit down and just show the bank your life. I keep telling everybody this. I would not be nowhere today without the bank's money. You can't do it on your own. The whole way the system is built to work is the bank. All right? If you have to get your parents in there to help you and co-sign since they're coming up with the down payment with you, bring them in. But you got to go to the bank and get pre-qualified to know what you can buy. You don't want to be out there looking at stuff and then, you ain't got the money to close the deal. And you don't want to tie that whole 150 grand up in one goddamn deal.
Yes,
So go to the bank, find out how much you can borrow, then you know what your options are. You can look at houses, you can look at duplexes, you can look at up to 8 and 10 units, you can look up anything you want from 100,000 all the way up to 800,000. Okay? This way you got all kinds of choices,
Yes, sir.
All right? Go to the bank. Pick your parents up, take them to the bank with you. Tell them to bring their tax returns. All right? Have a great day.
You too.
Thanks.
Thank you, Ben.
Bye-bye. So here we are on a Sunday. Aaron, his bank card don't even work. You should be ashamed of yourself. You can't even use your debit card. When are you going to go to the bank and fix your debit card?
I would go to today,
I
but
think
it's
you
Sunday.
purposely don't fix it because every time we go somewhere, I say, hey, why don't you pay for something once in a while? Oh, my card don't work. That game is played, all right? You and your brothers, you like to play that game, All right, what do we got? Anyway, go to the bank. That's where the money's at. How many times I got to tell people? You can't start a business without the money. Any business.
Hey, it's Jim.
Hey, it's Ben. How are you today? How can we help you?
Holy crap, what's going on?
Holy moly. How are you? What you up to? What are you buying? What are you selling? What the hell are you doing?
Doing amazing, man. Doing amazing. So I'm in North Carolina. I just started a year ago, full-time in real estate. Bought 20 units last year, myself and with partners, and then I'm also doing like flips and wholesales. And I want to get your advice on how to balance like short-term income versus focusing on longer-term buy and holds, and kind of like how to balance that versus. I think I'm almost at the stage where I might be able to raise a fund. What are your thoughts on how to balance those two things?
I mean, it's nice to have all kinds of money coming in. If you got short term, if you're flipping stuff, that's great. You're doing that. If you got a property that doesn't pay to sell because, you can't replace the income with nothing that good, then keep the long term if you want. I mean, do whatever works. Whatever is making you money. My thing is, I'm not big on long term income. I am now because I'm older. How old are you?
28.
28. Long term, you got time for that. Right now, I mean, if you could sell something, give me an example. Do you have something right now that's giving you a modest long term income?
Yeah, like
how much? How much a month? How much a month?
It's like $3,500 a month.
$3,500 a month. Okay, $3,500 a month. How much would you make if you sold that property today? What's the value of
probably
it?
like 70 grand.
Nah, 70 grand. You're better off keeping it for 3,500 a month. See, that's the thing. You got to think about what makes sense. Would I rather have $3,500 a month, which is 40 goddamn grand a year, or would I rather have 70 grand in my pocket? Well, no. You want to keep that 40 grand a year because that's a I don't understand. 40 grand a year. That's like that's a property that should be worth like at least 900, 800 grand or something, or what?
Yeah, why? That's gross rent. We're
Oh,
netting
gross. What
probably
do you put in
half
your
that,
pocket?
so.
Half that. All right, still.
Probably $1,200 a month.
All right,
1,400
still
bucks a
15
month.
grand a year. 15 grand a year versus 70. Depends what you can do with that 70, because you're gonna be. It's gonna take you 6 years to make that 70 grand. But whatever works. Just you got to keep doing everything. The reason why I got successful is because I did everything. And whether it was flip a house, whether it was a long-term apartment building, whether it was a short-term apartment building, it doesn't matter. As long as you're making progress every day, you're buying shit that you're going to make money off of, do it all. I talk to guys that buy mobile homes, and I congratulate them. They're doing it. Whatever's worth your time and makes you money, do it. And if you can, try to do it without partners, because it's a lot better. I started making a lot of money. My partner was great, and he helped me, but it's a lot nicer when you don't have no partners and nobody to split that damn money up with. So, whenever you can,
you
try
can
to
make
do
the
shit on your own so you get 100% of the profits and not 50%. So, but do everything you possibly can and raise as much money as you can in your bank account, All right? Very good. Go
All right,
out,
I
find a
appreciate it.
deal,
Thank
make
you.
it happen, do it all. It's called diversify. All right, what else we got? Diversification. Do anything. I don't care what it is, as long as it's legal. Buy it, fix it, sell it, keep it,
Rent
whatever
it.
makes money, baby. Because you're not here forever. Hey, it's Ben. How are you? How can we help you? What are
Ben,
you?
what's going on, my man? How you doing?
All right, you got out of the fish tank. All right, can you hear me? We got a problem with our connection. Okay. All right, let's try it again. Hi, how are you? How can we help you?
I'm good. I have a question in regards to. I know that when you buy a property, you're saying to buy it tax free as a 1031, and then just keep rolling the money when you sell the property, right? So now, let's say you have this for like 5 years. You decide you want to sell. So at the time you want to sell all your properties and all your portfolio, what is the best way to cash out to minimize your tax burden?
I mean, the only way you're going to sell a property, you hear that background noise? Sorry about that. The only way you're going to sell a property and defer the tax is the 1031.
Do you have your, are you listening to the podcast as well?
We can't hear you, but we're hearing a background noise.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, but every time I talk, we hear something.
Oh, okay. We would probably have a bad connection. My bad.
Turn on you got something else running right now, like the
Loudspeaker or something?
Speaker or something? I don't know. How's that? That's better now, right?
I put you on speaker, but I don't have
No,
anything else.
not speaking.
Better?
All right, let me hear you now. Hello? No, that's me like it echoing. All right. We'll try calling you back, okay? Sorry. Hello? Next one. Call him back. Something. All right. Anyway, answer his question is don't touch the money. Roll into the next deal.
Hello? Is that better?
All right. No, we got problems here.
Just answer his question.
All right, the question is you got a 1031 if you don't want to pay the tax. As simple as that. The only way you're going to get money in your pocket without paying tax is to borrow it from the bank. So any money you get from a sale, do not touch it. Put it in exchange. Go buy something else. And then worry about getting a refi down the road and getting that money in your pocket. Right there?
No, already.
All right, next one. Huh. Hey, it's Ben. How are you today? How can we help you?
Hey, Ben. Wow. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay, except I got some kind of Polish phone system here that ain't working that good. But what's up? How can we help you?
Okay, all right. So I'm 22 years old. I live in East Tennessee, over near Chattanooga. I don't know if you're familiar with the area.
No. I'll leave
I
it at
have
that.
Tennessee, yes, sir.
Where the hell do we go in Tennessee?
Memphis.
Memphis, Tennessee. I didn't like it. Nashville. I've been to Nashville. I didn't like it. But anyway, what's up?
Yeah. Okay, so I have a 24-unit commercial flex office building that I bought last year, and when I bought it, it was about halfway rented out. And since then, I have we fixed it up, put a lot of money in it, put probably $30,000 or $40,000 in it this year, and now it's completely rented, and it's ready to be refinanced. So I've been working with the bank to refinance it, and anyway. It's doing $15,000 a month now, so I don't know if there's not really anything to replace it with around here. I'm wanting to get into multifamily.
Well, I don't know how the hell you did that with offices in East Tennessee. How did you rent the office space out? I'm scared of offices. I wouldn't have had to rent them out.
It's not like offices that like.
What is it? Moonshine? You're making moonshine out of that place, ain't you?
No, not yet. So basically it's like a light industrial office building. They have offices in the front and then storage
moonshine in the
back. So yeah, so contractors love it. And there's contractors crawling all over here, especially with all the new building going on. And that's what I did while I was in college, was build.
I'm going to tell you right now, is it possible, listen, it sounds like you know what you're doing, you like what you're doing, you're making money at what you're doing. Can you find the same type of operation? Why jump into multifamily if you can't find a hot deal? Is there any more hot deals in that type of flex type of space you're working with?
No, that's why I've did so well with it.
How much it cost to build? I bet you it's not that hard to build something like that, because all you're giving them is a little office in front. You're giving them a workspace, a warehouse in the back. You can't build nothing like that, huh? Too much money?
Well, I can build it. That's what my father was, a commercial contractor, and that's all he did was build light industrial and commercial stuff. I could build it, but I like to buy, because I've built some spec houses and sold them. But that's much more of a headache than daggone.
Well, the thing is, you got to do whatever works in your area. If spec houses don't work, don't do them. If multifamily's too expensive, you can't buy it. What are you going to do? So you got to find out what you can do. Determine what you can do and what's not going to work, and then figure out what you can do and focus on what you can do. I mean, I don't know the area you're in, but I would think that, I don't know. If there's no multifamily you're going to buy, what are you going to do? I'm in the same boat as you. I'm sitting around here. I can't buy no multifamily. It costs too much. It don't make sense. So I'm looking for other things that do make sense. So it sounds like you know what makes sense. So you telling me right now, if you had an empty space, just like the one you own already, with the office in the front and the warehouse in the back, you could get it rented?
Yeah, I rent them for $1,000 a month.
Well, then you got to figure out a way how you can buy them where you're going to cash flow. There's no way of converting other places into it or building them, but you got to do whatever there's a demand for. It's all about supply and demand. You want to supply whatever's in demand. Multifamily's not, there's no supply, so you can't buy it. But you got to stick to what you know is going to make you money. You don't want to, what are you going to do? If you can't find a multifamily place, you can't find one. That's life. So go out and try to keep doing what you're doing. If flex space is working in your area, figure out ways to do it. What about storage? I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe you can find something to convert into that type of space, or maybe you get straight warehouse. Maybe you can buy a straight warehouse and build a little office out in the front. Take a piece of the warehouse and just build out the interior of an office in front, and now you got the same type of space that's in demand.
Right. My only reservation with that was just, if there is an economic downturn or something, people start losing their jobs and all these contractors.
Yeah, but the people you're not renting to, well, I don't know. The people you're renting to are self-employed, right?
Yeah.
So these guys, they got to make the money to pay their bills, and then the business. I mean, you can't worry about the downturn. Right now, it is what it is. People are always going to have to earn a living. Self-employed people always stay strong, So if it's working, then work it. That's all I can tell you. I mean, you can get hurt any type of economy, but go out. If it works, keep working it. All right.
Right. Okay.
All right. Good luck
Thank
to you. All right. Take
Yes,
care,
sir.
or start building stills and making moonshine.
Hey, we might have to look into that.
All right. Take care. So anyway, Tennessee, Gatlinburg. Never been to Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Does Dolly Parton still got something going on out there? She had Dollyland or something? I don't know. Anyway, what else we got? We got a ring. Ring, ring, ring. Man, I got to get busy this week. Hello? Hey, it's Ben. How are you? How can we help you?
Ben, what's up, man?
What's up? What's up?
Hey, I love what you guys are doing, man. I hope you guys get picked up by like a network or something.
I don't know. I'm kind of happy the way we are. We just want to help people out, We
Man,
came
that's
from
awesome.
nothing. We like to help people get ahead in life, You're only here for a little while. You might as well make the most of life as you can. And the best way to live is to make money. So what can we do for you? What are you doing right now to make money?
Just a quick question, brother. So I've been flipping houses for about 10 or 12 years or so, and I live in Athens, Georgia. So it's a college town, and I want to transition over to some income property, rental property, and things like that. But I'm just wondering what your thought process is on should I wait right now to buy multiple units to rent, because we all know the market's going to turn at some point. So I'm flipping houses and that's going great, but should I wait till it turns to get those rental properties at a better price?
The price is definitely high everywhere right now. We all know that. So, but there's still bargains out there. Don't stop looking. There's always a diamond in the rough. Keep looking for multifamily, but keep doing whatever you can make money on. It's nice to be in something If you could keep buying houses and put some lipstick on them and fix them up, and you can flip them and make some money, then keep doing it and do as much as you can. And then keep looking for multifamily, and when you find a deal, you'll say, okay, this one makes sense. I can pay, I'm going to cash flow on this one, and then you worry about it. But in the meantime, do whatever you can put money in the bank with. And if it's flipping houses, keep flipping them, You can't buy any cheap houses and rent them, can you?
Not really, man. The market's so crazy right now. That's kind of what I was, that was my thought process. Is I just don't want to pay too much for the rental when I can get them at a better rate.
What about student housing?
Down the road.
You said you're near a university. What about student housing?
Yeah, everything's high, man. It's just so expensive.
High, yeah. Well, then you need to just stick to what you can make money on. Wait for that market to hit. And then when the market hits, have as much cash as you can in the bank to make a move on a deal. Right now, you need to be, while the market's high in multifamily, you need to be stacking as much money as you can. So when the bell rings and it's time to jump in, you can jump in. So just keep flipping. If you can keep flipping houses and making money, do it. Do twice and try to do more.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing, man. Just kind of stacking that cash, waiting to buy. But like you said,
but put that cash to work, because you're putting the work in is going to make you more money. So take your money, go out and buy. How many houses you flipping at a time? One?
At a time, we do 3 to 4 a month.
All right. Well, if you're good with 3 or 4, fine. If you can do more, do more. But don't get over your head. But keep doing it. Whatever generates money in your pocket, do it. And then when the time is right, you'll know it, and you'll have that money to go invest in it.
Cool.
All right.
Hey, thanks a lot, man.
Good luck to you. Take care.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Do whatever you can do to bring home that bacon. All right? And then when the time's right, you jump in. Right now, you don't think the time's right, then sit on the sidelines. That's what I'm doing. What do you got, Rafal from Poland?
Hello.
Hi, it's Ben. How are you? How can we help you?
Hey, Ben. How are you?
Pretty good. How are you?
Good. Thank you for calling.
Our pleasure.
My name is Michael Waltman, and unfortunately, my grandmother passed away.
Sorry.
And And my question is, I'm the executor of the will, and she cut my sister out for whatever reason. It's a family reason, but
I got a family like that too.
I'm coming into her house I'm selling. It's about $6 million house in Old Brookville,
Where?
on Long Island, New York. Here,
$6 million house. How much debt is on it?
Yeah, and she had no mortgage.
No mortgage on a $6 million house. And who's the beneficiaries to your grandmother's estate?
Me and my aunt Debbie. My parents passed away young.
I'm sorry.
So,
Your aunt Debbie?
so it's just me and my aunt Debbie. Yeah, me and my aunt, and we split it. And I don't know for tax reasons if how I can, maybe if I sell the house and I put it into right into another, like what you do. Put it into another property. I'm like a beginner at this. I don't really know.
Well, number one, you need to sell that damn house before the market goes down, because especially in multi-million dollar houses, the prices are coming down
and
as we
taxes
speak.
Are a fortune.
Oh my God! Get rid of that house immediately. Maybe Aaron, can you look it up? What is the most? What is the limit on on inheritance tax? I mean, I think.
It's $5 million.
All
in New
right,
York.
forget it. He already told
I
us.
found out from my lawyer.
Right. Yeah.
And $15 million federally.
All right, so you're pretty much federal. You're okay, and that's where the big tax is at. So on this, all right, so big deal. You got to pay the state. You and your Aunt Debbie, you're gonna have to pay the state. Well, wait a minute. A $6 million house, by the time you sell it, with commissions, with closing costs, you're not gonna have much of a tax bill. And so listen, get your hands on that $5 million today.
Taxes?
Huh?
Does that show as income?
No. That's the whole purpose of the inheritance tax. That was that's the thing. Right now, you can inherit. You and Aunt Debbie can inherit that $6 million house, and after all the smoke is cleared with the taxes and the commissions and closing and all that shit, let's say you and Aunt Debbie are left with $5 million. You need to get that $5 million today. Okay, you need to find the right agent. Get that house on the market. Get that $5 million before any laws change and taxes or the market goes down. And then, how old's Aunt Debbie?
She's 59 or 60.
All right, she's still a young woman. Listen, the first thing is this: sell that house. Stop paying the tax bill on it. Stop paying the maintenance on it. Stop paying the utilities on it. Dump that house. You and Aunt Debbie get your hands on that $5 million. Once you got that and that money's tax free. Once you and your Aunt Debbie got that money, is Aunt Debbie going to take her money and run, or is she going to keep it with you to invest?
She's going to probably just take the money and invest it, probably.
She's not going to leave it with you to invest in real estate, right?
I don't have a mortgage, but she has a mortgage, so maybe she's going to pay off
so
that.
let's say you and Aunt Debbie part your ways, okay? You got $2.5 million right now that you need in the bank, all right? Well, you can do whatever the hell you want with. Nothing in your life should be more important right now than getting that house sold.
My full-time job, and I'm working on it like crazy.
Listen, get a good agent in that area to sell that house immediately. Get that $2.5 million.
I have my sister sign legally. I have, because my sister's named in the will so that she couldn't contest it, saying like my grandmother forgot her. She had to put her in the will, so it says she gets $5,000 only, and she got her inheritance while she was alive because she got a lot of money.
Listen, don't you have a lawyer? Don't you have a lawyer handling this? Don't you have a lawyer handling this?
Yeah, I have a lawyer handling all this.
Listen, just tell that lawyer, tell that lawyer that we're selling his house now, and we want to put this estate to bed. Okay? Put it to bed. Don't let shit hang on in your life. Get that house sold.
Should I put any money into real estate? Do you think I should get into real estate?
Where do you live? You live in Long Island too? You live in Long Island?
Yeah, I live on Long Island too.
Well, listen, I wouldn't worry about what you're going to do with the money right now. Hurry up and get the money, and then worry about what the hell to do with it.
Get the money,
Get the money, and then put it in something safe like muni bonds or tax-free
And I
preferred.
was told by the real estate agent that houses that are this much money, they don't sell that fast.
Well, then you need to get on the ball. You need to get on the phone with the
I need
agent
to get
now.
A new agent, I think.
No, you better get an agent.
I don't want to hear that.
Listen, and don't waste your time, trying to get every penny. If you can get that money quicker and you give up $100,000 on the price or $200,000 on the price,
we're willing to let it go, like as a fire sale.
come on, do it. Do it. Don't wait because the market's coming down in big ticket houses.
Oh,
all right?
yeah.
The market, but hurry up because interest rates are still low, so people can borrow to buy that house cheap.
Right.
But you got to hurry today.
Right.
Sell that house. Tell a lawyer. Distribute the money accordingly to everybody. You're not going to pay any tax on it. Get that money in the bank and then worry about what the hell you're going to do. Hopefully by that time there'll be opportunities for you.
I spoke to you because I was worried about.
Come on, and you better make sure that
Thank
damn
you so
agent.
much.
Tell that agent for a $6 million house, they better be out there every friggin' weekend doing an open house.
Oh,
Make sure the place looks good.
I want,
do an open house.
At open houses.
Listen, you know what you might want to consider too? You know what you might want to consider? Because believe it or not, you might get more money, or at least the same money, without a lot of headaches. You might want to look at a really good, reputable auctioneer in that area. I'm telling you, I see things happen in fucking auctions that'll blow you away. I'm getting ready to auction off my office next week.
Oh, yeah. I watch your videos of your auctions.
Listen, find a reputable. Don't find some bullshit one. Find somebody who has a track record.
With someone big like Sotheby's.
There you go. Find somebody that has a track record. Make sure they have a track record of auctioning off houses. I was pretty impressed with. I don't know if they're in Long Island, but shit, who knows? I was working with an auction company. I forgot the name. Had to do a luxury auctions maybe, but find somebody in your area. Dump that house. Get that money in your bank, tax free, and hurry up. All right. Good luck to you.
Yeah, I will do. And
all
thank you for thank you for calling, and I appreciate it. I'm a huge fan.
Oh, we appreciate you watching.
I'm glad you're free.
Get that money. Get that money. Hurry up.
I will. I'll get that money, baby.
All right. Thank you. Take care. All right. Guy's sitting around waiting to inherit $2.5 million. I'd be at that lawyer's office right now. Open up. I want that money. You don't sit around with stuff. When you can make money on something, don't waste time. Hello. Hi, it's Ben. How are you?
Hello, sir.
How are you today? How can we help you?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good. What's up? What are you working on?
Well, first of all, I appreciate you answering my call. So my situation is I live in Austin, Texas, and I have a home on the market currently. I have a 2.5 month deadline to sell it. My question for you is, what's the fastest way I can sell it?
Why do you got 2.5 months only?
It's only 2.5 months because the people I refinanced it with, it's not the bank, it's people I know personally, and they gave me multiple chances by missing mortgage payments and saying I'll get my credit up and refinance it with the bank. But now I put them in a position where they got a lawyer, and now I'm at the point where I have a 2.5 month deadline to pay them, and also because I haven't paid property taxes on it for 3 years, so it's going under foreclosure as well.
You ain't got time to fuck around. You're gonna have to go to an auction company and sign that friggin' house up and get an auction going and have a reserve. How much do you owe to people? How much you gotta pay them back?
Okay, so the house is on the market for $539,000.
How much you owe them?
I owe them $230,000.
Oh, come on. How much money you got tied up in this house? Anything?
I owe them $230,000. I owe $40,000 property taxes, and then for both realtors, it's going to be probably, I'd say it's going to come up to like $20,000.
All in, you're about $300,000. Okay, the house is worth $500,000. Is the house worth $500,000 right now?
It's on the market. I'm sorry.
Is the house worth $500,000 right now?
Yes, I'd say it is.
Then go to an auction. You ain't got time to fool around. Listen, if you did find a buyer, it's going to take that buyer 60 days, 2 months. If you had a buyer right now ready to buy it. You still ain't going to close for 2 months. You ain't got time to play around. You better go do an auction right away. Go find an auction company and tell them, listen, I'm not going to take less than $475 or $500,000, and you have a reserve on it. But the auction will guarantee the buyer will have to buy it within 30 days. Don't fool around. You're dead in the water if you don't go to an auction right now. Go sign up with an auction company. Get them to schedule an auction, market an auction in a couple of weeks, and then sell that goddamn house before your clock turns up. Because your clock's ticking. 2.5 months will go by and like nothing. And you can't, real estate don't move that quick in homes. Takes people 60 days to close a deal. Unless you're lucky and somebody has cash money, and only somebody with cash money is going to buy it if you're discounting the shit out of it. Hurry up and go to the auction. And hurry up and then you'll be, worst comes to worst, fine. You walk away with $200,000 if you pay everybody off with $3, right?
Right.
Hurry up, stop. Don't waste your time. Cut off the listing. Say, listen. Tell the listing agent, listen, we're going to fucking auction. I'm going to lose this fucking house, and you're going to lose $200,000, and you need that $200,000 to get your credit straightened out and get your life back in order.
All right.
Come on, don't fool around. I'm telling you now. You got a listing agreement with an agent right now?
Yes.
Cancel it. Cancel it or work with them. Tell them, listen, we got to go to auction. We ain't got time to fuck around. Either discount that house down to where it's going to sell immediately, or take that sucker to auction and get that money. Because 2.5 months, it ain't nothing. All right?
Thank you, sir.
All right, good luck. Auction. Get rid of it. Get that money. Don't lose. You're in a position where you're going to lose. All right? You don't want to walk away with no house and no money. Hurry up. Get rid of that friggin' house. I don't care if you walk away with $150,000. You tell the agent, what's it going to take for me to sell this house tomorrow? I need a quick cash buyer. What's it going to take? And if they start bullshitting you, listen, let's go to auction. Even if you got to pay the friggin' make the real estate agent for their 3% or whatever, work the auction for you. I don't care, but move that house now. You got equity in there. Get that equity. All right, good luck to you.
Thank you. Bye.
2.5 months?
Not a lot of time at all. And the people have been nice to him, but nice is nice. Now it's time for him to pay up. They want their money. I don't blame him, but shit. He needs to hurry up and dump that house and get the equity. All right, we got somebody else?
Hello.
Hi, it's Ben. How are you today? How can we help you?
Mr. Mallah.
Yes, sir.
Hey, good morning, sir. I got a question for you, sir.
All right. Shoot.
I'm from Stockton, California.
Stockton, California?
Stockton, California.
Oh, man. I used to own a whole block of Kentfield Road. 4545 Kentfield Road, the whole fucking block all the way to Hammer Lane. Was it not Hammer Lane? Whatever,
With all the Asians?
Well, I actually had to empty out a building of all Cambodians because the place was like a war zone. I didn't know we had Cambodian gangs back then. I mean, but they were cool about it. They understood. I had to empty the building out, and but it is what it is. And then I did a lot of work in Stockton. But what's up? What are you doing?
All right, man. So I'm in Stockton, California, but recently I moved out to Memphis, Tennessee.
Well, where you at? You in Stockton or you're in Memphis? Even though it's pretty much the same thing.
Pretty much the same thing, I know, right?
Except they ain't got the water they got in Stockton. So where are you at right now? In Memphis?
Yeah, I'm in Memphis, man. I couldn't do it in California. It's too expensive, dude, and the returns are not there, so I had to do something.
It's going down, but it's still up there. So what are you doing in Memphis? Hanging out with Elvis Presley?
Trying to find Jimmy Hart.
I know. He took me there. He gave me the grand tour of Memphis.
Yeah, it's really picking up, man. So I have a question. How do you feel about war zones? Because I'm looking at a part in South Memphis. It's like the worst part of Memphis.
If you can hang, they got Section 8 out there?
Yeah, they got Section 8.
Well,
There's 16 units for $150,000.
$10,000 a door? That's pretty damn cheap. I mean, shit, even if
right?
your rent is only $300 a month, you're making money. I mean, if you can hang, like I could hang. You could put me in any goddamn neighborhood there was when I was hungry. And I can hang because, mate, I'm here to make money. I'm here to give you a place to live. And if, you're going to act right and pay your rent or you're not. If you ain't going to pay your rent, then you got to go. I mean, try to work. You know, if you can make that deal happen, and you got the money to operate it and fix it up and run it, you know, and you try to go to Section 8 and get your money guaranteed mostly, then you know that's the ticket. You know.
So don't let the area run me away as long as the numbers work.
How's the gun licenses? Can you get a gun permit there?
Yeah, I think I'm.
You know, the thing is this. You know, you gotta run your property right. You know, you can't have nothing illegal going on in your property, and people will respect you if you go in a rough neighborhood and try to run a decent apartment building. You know, but I would definitely. How many bedrooms are in the units?
I think they're 1 bedroom.
You know, if you can, I'm telling you, try to go to Section 8 seniors. You know, if you can focus on seniors, you know, and get
55 up.
Seniors with Section 8. I mean, take anybody that's decent, you know. You better make sure you screen your tenants and you let them know, hey, listen, I'm renting you this apartment. If so-and-so's coming out of jail, no, he can't live here. Only people on lease can live here. That was the biggest problem I had. You know, so if you run the tight ship and, you know, and you try to work with Section 8, you will make money. Okay? So I would try it. If you think you can do it, man. You only live once, shit.
Okay, man, I appreciate it.
All right, good luck to you. Do it. You'll
right.
be proud of yourself when you do it and you're successful. You're going to say, man, I turned this place around. I'm running this place. I own 16 units. You know, that's a lot. There's a lot to be proud of. So do it. Great goal you have. All right, good luck to you. Hey, you still there? Oh, I tell him to go see, what's his name? He's there. The wrestler has a bar on that one street.
Oh,
The
what's
King,
name?
Jerry
Yeah,
Laurel
King.
of the King, yeah. Jerry Laurel's Barbecue. I forgot the name of that street. All right, here we go. It's Sunday. Who wants to make money in real estate? Let's do it.
I'm sorry.
She's sorry. I'm sorry, too. All right, so that lady's sorry. You know why she's sorry? Because she's a recording. She ain't nobody. Aaron, what are you going to do for a living? Trust baby?
Hello?
Hey, it's Ben. How are you today? How can we help you?
Hey, what's up, Ben?
What's up?
Hey, man, I've been watching your videos for a long time. I've been learning a lot of things from you. I know that you probably don't have any malls around California, but I was about to open a new store in Upland. The only thing is I wanted some advice about a lease that's month to month.
All right, you talking about opening up a store? What kind of store?
I run cell phone repair stores. CPR, the
Man,
brand.
come
that's,
down to Seminole.
nationwide.
I got a 1,200 square foot space waiting for you right now, and I'll give you as long a lease as you want, as short as lease as you want. I need a cell repair or cell store in my shopping plaza.
Yeah, and I'll do that for you, man.
No, you do
definitely.
it. I just want to be the landlord. I got a great space for you. All right, so
Yeah,
come to
if
Seminole.
It's a great space. I will definitely open it up for you, man. We'll
When
see
can
what
you
we
meet
do
us?
for you.
When can you come meet us in the shopping plaza?
Can't open it
But it's in Florida, right?
Yeah.
because there's not a one.
Yeah,
half a
I'm in
mile away.
California.
Who cares? It ain't the same as his. We'll ruin that other guy that's nearby. Where do you want to open one up at?
Because I run them in California.
California. So the thing is this. How could you think about opening up a business with a month-to-month lease? The guy could throw you out at any time. You can invest
Yeah,
your
that's-
whole life into a fucking place to rent and not have no sureness that you're going to be there forever or a long time? That's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
You
That's,
need a fucking 3 or 5 year lease with options to renew. I don't know, why would somebody even offer you only a 1 month-to-month lease? That makes no sense.
Yeah, that's the only thing that's actually keeping me from, taking down. The place makes about 300 to 400K a year, and that's in computer repairs. I have one in Chatsworth that's only making 30K a month in cell phone repairs.
Man, I wish
but
you'd
I want
come
to
here.
expand, and that's the only store available right now.
But why is the landlord he knows damn well nobody's going to rent a space month to month? That makes no sense.
Right. It doesn't.
Why would he even want? What is his scheme? He must have some kind of scheme where he wants to reserve the option to throw you out anytime he can. That makes no sense.
Yeah.
You can't invest your life and your business in something month to month. So, you need to say, what's the story here? Why are you only doing month to month? And why wouldn't you give me 3 to 5 years? I don't get it, and find out what
The
his...
rent? the rent for it's a small little like shop. It's very small. The rent is only about 1,200. And for what the store makes a month, that's absurd.
Yeah, but month to month makes no sense. I mean,
the month to
how many
month it
stores are in
doesn't,
this
man.
building? How many stores does he have in the building?
Yeah, it's a pretty big mall. It's called the Country Canyon. It's in Upland, California.
I've never heard of a commercial lease. It's not even a lease if it's month to month. I never heard of anybody renting somebody out to run a business on month to month. Makes no sense. You're going to go in there and set up a goddamn...
The owner is telling me, he's saying that the guy might sell the whole mall. Or
so what? He
like
sells
that.
it. The mall's only worth what the leases are. Nobody's going to want to buy a mall unless they got long-term leases in it. So, unless they plan on vacating the whole goddamn thing, I don't know. You can't even think about investing in a business with only month to month. You got to find somewhere that somebody's going to give you at least 3 years. All right? And if you ever want to come to Florida, let us know. We got the perfect space for you.
If you could email me, man, I'll definitely.
All right, send us your email. Send us your email. We'll send you a flyer showing you everything about the area.
Put the email in the number thing. That's my email. That's my personal email. If you can send me that and send me a picture, like whatever. I'll talk to my business partner, and we'll definitely get someone out there and start opening that store.
I'm telling you, make a killing. Let me tell you about the shopping center I got. It's got a Winn-Dixie shopping a grocery store in it. Huge grocery store, just got remodeled. It's got Subway. It's got Little Caesars. It's got Chinese takeout. It's got an eye doctor. It's got a hearing aid doctor. It's got tanning salon. It's got 2 nail shops. It's got a haircut
All
place.
it needs is a computer repair.
All we need is somebody, and computers is where it's at today. Nobody can live without phones and computers.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on down to sunny Florida. You won't. Believe me, you'll be happy you came down here. All right. Well, good luck to you. Go find a long-term lease.
Email, man. We'll bite onto that offer.
All right. Thank you.
All right, man.
All right.
See you,
Take care.
man.
Bye-bye. 1 month lease. That's ridiculous. You can invest your whole goddamn business in a 1 month lease. That guy's up to something. He wants to have something in his back pocket to sell to a developer or somebody that can just get rid of everybody and he can knock the place down or do something else with it. All right, what else you got? Hello, hi, it's Ben. How are you? We're done. No more calls?
No.
All right, well, it's been fun. It's Sunday. I'm going back to bed and figure out what the hell I'm going to do this week. I got loans to close. I got properties to buy, and I'm doing it, baby. Get your short goals ready and accomplish them. Don't overreach your goals. Do short-term goals and accomplish them. Okay? Adios, amigos.